A little over 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor woke up and, like most of us, wrestled with the idea of getting out of bed. However, unlike most of us, he wrote one of the most introspective self-call-outs maybe of all time, and I think it still serves as an important reminder to us today. I wanted to read that call out from one of his most quotable works, which is Meditations. And yes, I'm talking about Marcus Aurelius, the last out of the historic 5 good emperors of the Roman Empire, a Hall of Famer Stoic, and he was also a gladiator. He is the most powerful man alive at the time of writing this, but he wrote this all in a private journal. Actually, the whole book is just his private journal, which wasn't published until I think the 1600s, which was long after his death. So without further ado, the quote reads as follows. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? But it's nicer here. So you were born to feel nice instead of doing things and experience them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, the spiders, and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can? You're not willing to do your job as a human being. Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? End quote. Ever since I first read this passage 3 years ago, it has just been ingrained in my head. When the alarm rang in the morning, I used to slam snooze, curl up under the blankets, and my muscle memory would automatically just grab my phone. I'd instantly power it on and start scrolling or start going through my notifications for the day. I would delay the inevitable of getting ready, which would oftentimes lead me to be late for school or skip breakfast before work. I was the nagger in this story, beckoning to stay under the sheets for just a minute longer. It took me a long time to realize the trouble that this caused, but even after I realized it, I didn't have the discipline to change my actions. It was not just one switch I made that made me change this behavior, but I think the biggest lever I pulled was finding the work that needed to be done as a human and what that looked like for me. I knew I had a passion for creating things and putting things out in the world. This led me to start fumbling and creating TikTok videos. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering what's going on with Ottoman Empire. At first it was kind of a history account, and then I started a comedy account and creating skits and stuff. And while I enjoyed it for a little bit, it just did not lead me to have the fulfillment or the enjoyment long term. I kind of started to fall out of love with it, and creating things kind of felt like a chore, which they never really should be. If you truly love what you're doing, it will never feel like a chore. You'll be excited to go and do that, whatever that thing is for you. But I also knew I liked helping people. Specifically, I wanted to help young men who struggled with anxiety like I had in the years past. This is what led me to create this YouTube channel and eventually my school community, and that was the answer to my question. After figuring that out, it led me to have a larger goal than just hitting the gym, going to class, going to work. It genuinely got me excited to create things. I started getting out of bed in the morning with a purpose, and it felt like every day that I neglected doing the work, I was causing a disservice to any young man who is in the position that I was in a few years prior. Even if my videos aren't getting any traction or my community wasn't getting any traction, if that passage that I just read aloud describes you, do not worry. The world isn't going to end because you scrolled TikTok in the morning. The problem is doing that every morning for the next 10 years and never really finding out what you're truly capable of, never finding your mission, whatever that is to you. And it can take the shape of infinitely many things. It's just up to you to discover it. Find what makes you tick and find something that you love so much that you wear yourself down doing it. If you guys are curious about learning more, I run a school community like I was talking about earlier in the video. I'll put the link in the description below. If you want to check it out, feel free. If not, no worries. But appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.